Hi, I'm Patrick Simon from Mitsubishi Laser, and today we're coming to you from Shakopee, Minnesota, home of the Minnesota Vikings and Integrated Manufacturing Solutions. Let's go inside and take a look at our next guest on Automation Nation.
Integrated Manufacturing Solutions opened its 15,000 square foot facility in September of 2005 with a new Mitsubishi LV Plus laser, an EL4 automation system, and 2 employees. In 2006, they added a second laser, this time an LV Plus with an FMS 8-shelf tower and 2 CNC press brakes. In 2008, they added the latest Mitsubishi, a 6,000-watt NX laser system. They increased productivity by marrying this system to their existing 8-shelf tower FMS. From the beginning, IMS wanted a fabricating operation that had a solid information technology spine, and with only 2 employees and just as many lasers, that technology was a must. The goal for IMS is simple: provide customers with parts when they want and how they want them. IMS processes materials as thin as 17 thousandths galvanized all the way up to 1-inch thick plate. The most common materials are 10 gauge to 3/8 mild steel with a real heavy customer requirement for clean cutting of 3/16 and 3/8 inch in the last year. IMS currently has 7 full-time employees. They run 2 shifts, and the machines run 24 hours, 7 days a week to meet the demand from the customers. Let's go inside and meet the people that make it happen.
Hello, my name's Chris Hollenbeck, and I'm the owner and president of IMS. This is my Mitsubishi experience. It took me about 2.5 years to do the business plan and come up with a number of things on how I wanted to do it. And I looked at everybody. I looked at every manufacturer, every U.S., every Japanese, every European manufacturer around. And I had a specific outcome in mind. And again, it was high mix, low volume. So I had to eliminate setup. And I didn't want any people, or I wanted a minimum amount of people. That led me to the Mitsubishi equipment. The first piece of equipment that I invested in was a Mitsubishi laser with an EL4 material handling system. It was myself and one other person. That was our whole company, and then we had one of our partners was still working at his day job and would come in at night and kind of help and package and do some paperwork and whatnot. So we learned on the fly. We coordinated the information. We put it out there. We set up the nests, put them in the queue out on the machine, and literally in the second day that we were operating in this environment, our machine was running unattended, lights out. And it had to, because we didn't have anybody here to run it. It was me. I believe that why our customers are compelled to do business with us is it goes to some of the core values that I put out as a business. Even though we make stuff, we would be considered a manufacturer. I consider IMS a service company, and we're here to meet their needs. And they do business with us because if they say they need it tomorrow, we get it to them tomorrow. If they need it today, we get it to them today. It's about service. It's about serving them. And without the level of automation, both on the front end up in the office and on the back end with the Mitsubishi equipment, we could not provide that service. What Encell allows us to do is put all the pieces of the puzzle out there, and it literally takes everything at a moment's notice and brings it all together and creates programs for our machines. Without Encell, I believe we would struggle because you just simply couldn't get enough information to the machine tools. Those machine tools are sitting out there. They go, feed me, feed me, feed me. And believe me, you don't make money unless you're making sparks. We have more customers. We have more businesses. Our customers have a more diverse set of needs that they put upon us. And that kind of leads into why I bought the 6,000 watt. We have one customer that does a lot of clean cutting of thick, mild steel plate. And when I say thick, mild steel, it's a predominantly 7-gauge and 1/4 inch, and I'm talking thousands upon thousands upon thousands of pounds of 1/4 inch that we need to cut clean. That's a requirement to the customer. They don't want us to wire brush it. They go cut it clean. And that led me to the 6,000 watt. There was some significant productivity increases going from 4 to 6,000s. One part in particular, we've probably made 60 to 65,000 of them in the last 12 months. We went from 121 seconds apart to 112 seconds apart. And really what that relates to, not only in speed and additional productivity, one of the benefits that we gained from that was less gas usage because the material is on the table less. The cutting condition is basically the same, but it's getting done a lot faster. One of the benefits that I didn't really know about, because we were a 2-system, 2-laser company, is getting 2 lasers on one system. We're able to put up a nest of parts and say it's going to take 24 hours to cut. We would let her cut all night, all the next day. We'd separate the parts, but what we're finding now is it's really about the velocity of getting the parts through the factory. So we'll set up that nest and we'll cut them on both lasers at once, so that nest is effectively done in 12 hours, or maybe a little bit more than a shift. And that's helped from a throughput standpoint. And having the 2 lasers on the one automation allows us to get parts done faster. And that's really what I believe the customers want out in the marketplace. The NX came to me, and the first thing I noticed was the increased speed, increased acceleration and deceleration, increased Z-axis speed. We ran a part on the LV, 20-gauge galvanized, identical cut conditions. The NX was 23 or 24% faster. I mean, it was a fairly feature-rich part, and just moving from feature to feature and the ability to pierce faster is a significant difference. Our customer that we do a lot of clean cutting for brought me this part, and they said, "Can you guys cut this with nitrogen?" I went out and I checked the cut condition on the NX, and sure enough, it was there. This is the actual first part that I had ever cut clean on the NX in 3/8 thickness, mild steel. It's literally perfect. Nope, you need 6,000 watts. You can't even cut. On the LV, this part is impossible. But on the NX, call up 3/8 mild steel, nitrogen, and this is what we got. The dependability of the Mitsubishi equipment has been phenomenal. When people come into my factory, I tell them I have never owned a finer machine tool ever. And I've been in this industry 27 years. I've had Strippets, Amadas, Cincinnatis, Fin Powers, you name it, I've had exposure to them. It is the finest machine tool I've ever used.